You ever feel like your mind is louder than the world around you, even when everything is quiet? Like you're living two realities at once, the one outside and the one inside your head.
You're not imagining it, Sam. People who feel deeply don't just experience life, they absorb it. And today, we're finally going to talk about why.
Sometimes it feels like too much. Not in a dramatic way, more like a quiet overload.
Because your mind doesn't run in one direction, it runs in layers. You're processing the moment, and the meaning behind the moment, and the feeling beneath the meaning all at the same time. That's the psychology of those who feel too much. A mind that works in depth, not in surface.
Yeah, that sounds like me, unfortunately.
Does it ever feel like you're present, but not really here? Every day? It's like I'm in the room, but half of me stays in my thoughts. I'm listening, but I'm also analyzing. I'm observing, but I'm also anticipating what others say. I'm feeling, but I'm also questioning why I feel what I feel. Exactly. People who feel too much can't simply exist. Their mind is always working, always decoding, always sensing what others miss. That's not weakness, it's processing power.
I've always wondered why I pick up on things so fast. Changes in tone, silence, micro-expressions. Sometimes I know something's wrong before anyone says it.
Because your brain is wired for emotional pattern recognition. You don't just hear words, you read intentions. You don't just see faces, you detect shifts. You don't just witness situations, you feel the undercurrent of them. Most minds look at the world. Yours scans it.
So that's why I'm exhausted all the time.
Not tired, overloaded. There's a difference. You're not weak, you're perceptive.
What about when a simple moment hits harder than it should? Like feeling something too deeply for no logical reason.
That's emotional echoing. People who feel too much experience emotions in layers. The emotion itself, the memory it reminds them of, and the meaning behind both. Most people feel in a straight line. You feel in waves.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. Like something tiny can trigger something big in my chest.
Because your emotional landscape is wide. You don't experience emotions as visitors. You experience them as residents.
People always tell me to stop overthinking, but I don't feel like I'm overthinking. I feel like I'm noticing too much.
Correct. Your mind collects data others filter out. You perceive details that most people overlook. Your thoughts aren't spirals, they're maps.
Maps.
Maps of possibilities, maps of meaning, maps of emotional truth. The problem isn't that you feel too much. It's that you don't realize your brain is doing something extraordinary.
It's hard to explain this to people. They think I'm being sensitive or dramatic.
Because most people live on the surface. They only see what's obvious. They only feel what's direct. They only think in one dimension. You think in layers. You feel in depth. You process in patterns. They're not wrong, and neither are you. You're just speaking different emotional languages.
Sometimes I wish I could turn it off. Just live simply.
You don't want simplicity. You want quiet. There's a difference. Quiet minds are rare. Deep minds even rarer.
I guess sometimes it feels like there's an entire world inside me, and I don't know what to do with it.
Because you weren't taught how to carry that world. You were only taught how to hide it. But here's the truth. People like you aren't meant to shrink. You're meant to perceive, feel, and understand beyond the surface, even when no one else can.
So, what does someone like me even do with all that? With all this feeling? All this thinking?
You stop running from it. You start understanding it. This isn't chaos. It's wiring. It's structure. It's psychology. And it's time you finally saw it for what it is. And you're not alone, Sam. There are others who live exactly like this, who feel too much, think too deeply, sense what others miss, like the people watching this right now.
So, they feel this too?
Yes, and they're here because they're searching for the same clarity you are. Not to silence their mind, but to understand it. People like this aren't broken. They're tuned differently. That actually makes sense. For the first time.
Deep feelers operate with heightened emotional intelligence. They read patterns, detect inconsistencies, and understand emotional meaning in milliseconds. But when that sensitivity isn't guided, it turns inward. It becomes noise, weight, and confusion. Guided, though, it becomes intuition, clarity, and direction.
So, the same thing that overwhelms me could also be the thing that helps me.
Exactly. Your mind isn't your enemy. It's your instrument. You just never learned how to tune it. Focus on this for a moment, Sam. Right now, just this. One thought, one feeling, one breath. That's the first window of focus. When you bring depth into alignment instead of letting it scatter. People who feel too much aren't chaotic. They're unfocused depth. When directed, that depth becomes insight.
It's strange. I always thought something was wrong with me.
Because no one ever explained that sensitivity is a form of intelligence. Feeling deeply is not a flaw. It's a signal. It's an awareness. It's a system your mind built to navigate the world. People like you aren't fragile. They're perceptive. They're intuitive. They're awake.
So, this whole time, I wasn't broken?
No, Sam. You were never broken. You were simply wired differently. And once you understand that wiring, everything changes. And that's exactly what we begin today. The psychology of those who feel too much. Of those who carry entire worlds in their minds. Of those born to notice what no one else sees. This isn't just a conversation. It's a blueprint. For you. And for everyone watching who lives in the depths of their own inner world.
Then, let's begin. If any part of this spoke to you, then maybe that means you've been carrying more inside than people realize. And if it helped you even a little, share this with someone who feels the same weight. Nobody should walk through this alone. And if you want to keep growing with me, subscribe. Stay close, and let's continue this journey together. You're not alone in this. Not anymore.